everybody. I'm going to try and push myself today. If you've seen the thumbnail, you'll see that I'm going to try a recreation today. And this is by Dreamy Little Nails. I'll put it up somewhere. And it was done about a year ago. And I was just in awe of it anyway. The blossom's out in the garden again, and it's made me think, I really ought to do this. But I'm going to start like it is on Blue Peter, where they go, this is one I made earlier. Because I've been working on this for days, a couple of hours at a time. And I'll show you what I've achieved so far. And then we'll go step by step and make the whole set. So, yeah. Just going to turn you around and see you in a bit. Okay, so I've got Eve's fingertips ready, and she's the one that we're going to do the nails on. But before that, there's lots of work to do. So I'll show you where I started. I started doing one nail to see if I could do it. And I did this. So I was doing myself a little set of press-ons. And I thought, yeah, I wonder what they look like. So that's just the flowers stuck onto a background. So I made the flowers just as she did in the video, and tweaked it a little bit with a bit of gold on there. And I'm also going to do a little bit of glitter in the background. Now, she did it with UV resin, which is, you can get it from Amazon. You can probably get some for about £6 for a little bottle, about so big. And you want UV activated resin, hard or strong. What I wanted to do is try and do them with the nail products that I've already got. So, first of all, I've got Born Pretty's Extension Nail Gel, which is clear, and I'm going to use that for the leaves. And I've had it on a warm coaster, so it's a little bit more runny. So, Dreamy Little Nails also did the petals in clear UV resin, but I want to cut out a little bit of the process. So what I decided to do was do it in a builder gel, and instead of using clear, I'm using this, which is a builder base. This is from Imerly, this particular one, and this is number 153, and it gives me a lovely pink, lovely pale pink without any hassle. So I'm just going to put that on my warm coaster as well, because I want that to be quite liquid, but not too much. And then the background for the nail, I'm going to use this Jelly Nude. This is also Born Pretty Jane 05. That's my absolute favourite in a Jelly Nude. I love it. A little bit of glitter, I think, in the background as well. I need to colour the tips. No, I need to colour the petals slightly as well. So I'm just doing that. So instead of having to paint the whole thing in pink in 2 coats and then this, I'm building it with that and doing a little bit of painting with that. Tools wise, now I'm very lucky that I've got a set of these, which are the pointed nosed tweezers. So I've got these because I do lots of faffing with jewellery and stuff, and I used to use it for me sugar art when I was doing turning wire anyway. So that's what they were for. So if your husband's got any fine nose pliers, you might want to pinch them out of his toolbox, or your partner, whoever it is. Also, if you haven't got those, you can use tweezers, because you don't need them to be very strong. But I can use those as well. So I'll probably use those today to show you. Some old nippers or good scissors. And that's to cut the wire. So this wire is also from Amazon, so it's just copper wire. And you want gold coloured, well, unless you want copper coloured. Gold coloured, and it's very fine. I think it's 0.25, but it only wants to be really fine, and you can bend it with your fingers, look. So just get a little roll off Amazon, or you could find it in a craft store. I think in America you have Dollar Tree, maybe they have it. I've got some caviar beads, so I've got a few in there in case I run out, but I've got some pearls in here. Oh, not them, they're horrible colour. These. So I put some caviar beads, and I got some little tiny beads. I could do with them being slightly smaller, but that's all I've got. So I'm going to use those. Now, another good thing that you could do with this, if you've got any packaging that's come, and it's like polystyrene, just out of a box, get yourself a couple of pieces of those, because then you can cure a few petals at once. You can just stick them into that, and you can put, if you have two, you can put one in your lamp, and then stick your next lot on there, and then keep swapping them over like that. So that's dead handy. What else have I got? You'll need something to twist your wires around, so it depends on how big or small you want them. Oh, I've got some other tweezers here, they might be better. What have I got? Tiny little brush for painting the colour on. Tinier the better. And then a couple of things that haven't got anything on one end. So this is a liner brush of mine, and it had a little blue plastic bit on the end, so I pulled that off. So I've used that for the larger beads. This is slightly smaller, which is a chunky nail pusher thing. And then I've decided I need to make some even more tiny. So I don't know how I'm going to manage that, but I'm going to make some with a normal cocktail stick. So just give you an idea on how big that is. So that's that, and this is what I've done so far. This has taken me absolutely hours. So, oh, I'll show you something I made actually. This is after I made that first little flower. I was faffing and I made this little dragonfly. I showed it on Instagram or TikTok or something. I mean, it's far too big to stick on my nails, but I right enjoyed myself. So that's what I thought, if I enjoy it, I might actually get this full set done. So that's just made with the Born Pretty extension gel, encapsulated some rhinestones, and then painted it with a cat eye, like an aurora cat eye. Isn't that pretty? So you can make yourself jewellery or anything with this. So that's that, especially if you've got the UV resin that sets really hard. So this is what I've made so far. So again, this is another little piece of polystyrene for you to store everything in while you're making them. The gold leaves, I'll show you how to make them all, but these are made in clear and then painted with, I tried all sorts of different ways. I tried using foil glue and putting foil on, that wasn't shiny enough. I used a gold chrome paint, didn't like that. And I've ended up with Madame Glam's gel paint, which is the glittery one. I've made a couple of little strands of beads, some with 2 beads, some with 3. And then these are the petals, so you can see they're in the paler pink. And then they've got a little bit of the darker pink painted on. And I've got 2 sizes, so this is going round this one, this larger pusher. This size here, this is done with the paintbrush. And then I'm going to see if I can make some even tinier than that. So, yeah. So I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So I've made 20 of that size, the larger ones. I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 36, 40 of the smaller ones. And now I'm just going to try and make some tiny ones. So I'll show you all of these. So we'll start with that bigger petal first. So this is going to be a long video. If you want to pause here now, go and have a tiddle and get yourself a cuppa. That might be an idea. So I'm going to zoom you out a little bit just so you can see. That's it. So I'm just going to get a certain amount of wire. So this is going to be a petal, so I don't need it very long. I'm going to do it about that. So that's it. Hold this on it in the middle and then pass it round it. Yeah. So first thing to do is to twist it. Now as you twist it, can you see in there I'm holding that so they're they're opposite like that, look. To hold that firm between your fingers and turn this, that's the easiest. Oh, I didn't have my nails on when I did other bits. And you'll feel it pulling it through your fingers. This was a lot easier with no nails on. So that, I'll see if it's twisted enough, yeah. So that's twisted all the way to the end, down there. I'm going to take that off, and I've got a nice round one. Don't matter if it's going off to one side, because we're going to cut that tail off when we stick them on. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bend that, so I'll use these tweezers so you can see. So I'm going to put that more or less so that the top edge of it is right in the middle. Like that. And I'm going to lift the right side up so it bends that in. Like that. And then I'm going to do the same again this side. And bend that up like that. So it's making it like a bit like a heart. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and squeeze. What I'm going to do is squeeze here to make that more closed. See what I mean? So I'm just going to do that with my fingers. There you go. That's made it longer, and then I'm going to bend it up slightly. So that's going up very slightly, like that. Then what I'm going to do is stick that in there. So I'll just show you that one again. You might be doing a lot of pause and going backwards and forwards while you're doing this. I'm going to make that a bit longer, just make life a bit easier for me. So, same again. Find the middle. Bend it round it. You want to bend one against the other. Like that. Hold that nice and flat. Oh, I can't do it with my fingernails. Start again. Right, start again. Middle. Middle. Turn one. One against the. One against the other. I'm going to hold those and then twist this. So that's twisted both together. There's that long tail on, but that don't matter because we can cut that off. Now, can you see? I'll show you this way. Can you see there's a gap? There's a gap between that handle and that twist. So I'm just going to use my tweezers just to tighten that up a bit more. So it was going that way. So I'm going to hold it onto it and twist this. There. So that's tightened up that gap. So that'll be nice and round. So same again. Tweezers in the middle and bend the right hand side up. In fact, easier if you turn that round and just do that again. Like that. See that shape? Then I'm going to twist that, squish a little bit so it's made like a heart. All petals are different shapes, so don't worry about them being slightly different. And then I'm going to bend that up slightly, like so. that's that. So that's another one. So I'm going to carry on and make another couple of those, but I'll show you a leaf. Now leaf, I'm pretty sure I did with, no, same one. Same one for a leaf. Now this I want to pull because I want to make it into a bit of a point. So I'm going to get it in the middle, hold that firm, and I'm just going to pull it up like that. I'm going to squish this end and then hold it tight, and I'm just going to squish the very end of it like that. And I'm going to use this smaller thing I've got just to make sure it's rounded at the bottom like that. So that's the leaf. Now with the leaves you can twist them however you want. The ones I've done, as you can see, some go up like that, some are twirling, so they're kind of up at this side and down at that side, like that one. So it does your leaves all into different shapes if you want. That one's also twisted. So I'll twist this one and show you. Sorry this is going to be such a long video, but yeah. So this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it. Sometimes I'll bend it like that. But with this one, I'm going to hold it like this. And I'm going to do it against my finger. So it's a totally twisted little twisted thing. So, oh. That's that. So I'll come back when I've made another couple of these leaves and petals. So I've done 3 more little leaves, so I can put some clear on those and show you. And then I've done a couple more of the mediums that I showed you. Now I'm just doing these tinies, and while I'm doing this, I just thought I'd show you this. If you're finding it difficult, because like me, you've got your nails on or you can't keep hold of it for some reason, I'm doing it around this little cocktail stick. So I'm doing it the same as I did before. Hold that tight, try and keep my nails out of the way, and turn it. But I did find with this that the cocktail stick kept sliding out. So I'm trying to keep hold of the end of it instead of just twiddling it with my finger. Then when you get so far, if it's a real pain, what you can do is get hold of that flat and then twist this instead. There you go. And then I've just got the teeniest little round ring, so I'm not even going to bother shaping that. I have done one where I've done it slightly oval, but I've got rounds and ovals. What's next? Right, I'm going to put the beads on, so I'm going to get quite a bit longer piece. I don't care if it's too much because it's like pennies each piece of this. I'll get my tiny little beads. So I don't know if you can tell the size of those. They're, if you look at them in relation to my tweezers. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to get the first one. I'm going to have it so that it's about that far from the end, because I want to have some to keep hold of and some to twist. So pull that. You see, so that's my long length and that's my shorter length, and that's just in there. So I'm going to hold that and then twist this. Now this is where your pliers will come in easier. So if you get hold of it, and twist it so that it's right at the end. So these threads are still separate in my finger, look. And I'm just twisting this to start it off. And your fingers will slide down, but it'll draw it together. So now I can move on to that, so that's easier. So I'm going to get that so that it's only what, ½ centimetre long from the join. Then I'm going to keep that short bit and pick up another bead with the long bit. I do hope this is making sense. I did say there might be a lot of pausing and going back again. So now I want this to be slightly different length to that, but I've got to be able to twist. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it slightly longer to there. So I've got that much distance, and I'm going to bend that round so it's at the end. So that's what you've got. You've got, oh, that's all twisted, and then this on the long bit again. So I'm going to just move that out of the way, like that. I'm going to hold that together, and I'm going to twist this. So my left hand's holding still, and I'm turning this around with my right. Don't matter if it's not exactly at the end, but come on, that's it. Now I can start holding the wire and twist. Right, I'm just going to check if I'm far enough down. So that's that one, look. And that's this one. So this one's going to twist quite a bit. So I might have done it a bit long, but I get to the bottom nearly. There we go. I think I'll twist that one a bit more. Which way? That way. There we go. So I've got the two. So I've got the short end, the two there, and now I'm on to the third one. So again, I'm going to pick up that bead. I don't want it too long. I'm just going to go from about there. So I'll get that in the end of it. So that's the two. That's the long thread. And that's the bead on the end. So I'll let gravity help me here. And hold it this way up. And then twist again. So I'm pinching my finger and thumb in the left hand to make it go all the way up to the top of the wire. Yeah. Gosh, I do hope I'm in frame, otherwise this is a bit pointless. There we go. So a bit further to go, look. I'm not letting it slide, I'm just making it twist till it gets down to that join. There we go. So all three of them are joined up. I've still got my long bits here. So what I'm going to do now is, that one's coming out on this side of it, so I want those to go above it. So I'm going to pull all those up together like that. So they're different lengths. I've now got the two wires. There was the long and the short. I'm going to hold them. The reason that this has been done over a few days as well is it can make your fingers a bit sore if you're doing this a lot. So I'm just going to twist this. So you don't need it very long, but just to show you, so you can spread them out and do whatever you want with them. On the outside, and then cut that way you want it. So I'm going to leave some length on until I've done my faffing, and then I can cut it off when I'm placing them on the nail. So that's that one. So that one actually doesn't need any. I'm just going to top coat it to secure it into place after. So let's get onto these gels. Right, let me tidy up and get the gels ready. So I'm going to do these leaves first. So this is going to be with the clear. So this is if you've got gel that's in a pot. So you don't want it too thick, but thick enough. So what I'm going to do is tweezers. Yeah, got it. Right, so finally I've got it. So I'm going to dip that in and lift it out. When you're using your UV resin, it will run off it like, but can you see what it can do is, if it's thicker, it can be heavy and it can make a hole at the back. You see all that lot dropping off? I'm just going to wipe the side of that on that lid. Take some of the weight off it. And the same again with the other side. Let me wipe it like that and show you. If I wipe it like that, it's making it, oh, it hasn't actually gone into a hole, but it could have gone into a hole at the top, so. Yeah, it's actually working because I've thinned my gel down. When the gel was thick, it was making a really big hole in the top of it. I think that's got an air bubble in. Oh, no, it hasn't. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to stand that in that bit of foil and do another one. Yeah, that's not made a hole, so that's good. Don't want any holes in that at all. Stand that on there. And the last one. So what I was doing is I was doing about 6. See that big globule? Yeah, that's covered, it's not made a hole. So when I was doing 6 at a time, it would have been running down to the bottom. So what I would have done is just counterbalanced it a little bit, let gravity do it, pull it back into the middle of it, and then get those in the lamp. I'm giving that 60 seconds. So while that's in the lamp, we can move on to these little petals. So the thing about gel is it wants to follow gel. So what I found was if I get some gel around the outside of it, oops, Get some gel around the outside of it and then the rest would follow. So, a little bit on there. And I'm going right around the edge, like this. If you've got some builder gel in a pot, then that's easier. But this, you see now, gel wants to follow gel, so I can just, like, colouring in. See? And that can stand in there. Same with this. All around the edge. Running out of this gel. I'm going to put some of that on it. And then I'm going to make that all drain up. Please be in frame. If I come to editing this and half of it's out of frame, I shall be gutted. Need a bit more. That's it. There we go. So, I don't want to do the other 4 or 5 while that's starting, so we'll hold that down a second. Get those out the lamp, then put those in. So these are going to be painted with gold gel paint. Tiny brush. You can paint one side or both. I want to do both. In actual fact, I want to pick them up with tweezers because I think I'm just going to knock them out while I'm painting. So you could keep those clear or do them green or white or whatever. I just thought I'd try and make the set a little bit different. Or no leaves at all. If I don't explain anything clearly, don't hesitate to leave me a comment and ask, and I'll do my best to explain, but it's easiest to show, isn't it? So I'm just colouring in basically. I've not top coated any of these petals or leaves because I'm going to top coat once they're in situ. And a top coat that is really, really strong is Bone Pretty Super Top Coat. It dries like diamonds, so I'm going to use that for the whole nail once they're on. But these here, they just need a little bit of painting doing. So I'm going to use this jelly. Because it's quite a strong colour even though it's a jelly, so I thought I'll use this one. Teeny tiny brush. And then you can can either pick them up with your tweezers again or do them in there. I did these in batches of 6, and I just did it right at the very bottom, you see, right at the very bottom, and then feathered it up a bit. Oh yeah, that is going to come out of there. Right, tweezers it is. That's it. I'm going to make these all darker. Ah, can you see that one? That one's no good. Discard that. That's popped itself into a little hole. That's it. So now we're ready for nails and assembly. Ooh. So I've just got these nails ready. On the original video, they've left theirs clear at the end. Dream Little Nails. So I've just made it a little bit different, putting a bit of gold glitter in. So this is a clear background glitter from Bone Pretty, and this is CG103. So I've done 2 coats of the pink, which is the JN05. I'm just going to use my ombre brush and just blend a little bit of this gold glitter up the nail. Only a little bit. So I want it a bit see-through at the end, just a bit of glitter. So I've done that. And then what I'll do is I'll put some pink on the top and then blend it down again. So back to the pink. And then blend that down. So before I start building, I'm just going to cure this, give it a coat of base coat so it's nice and flat. Go and make tea for hubby. Come back and get them finished for you. So first thing I'm going to do is to pick off some of these little petals and cut the stems off, because I don't really need the stems. So I'm just going to cut these off here. I've shot that wire somewhere, that's unfortunate, but still. So I've cut the stems off a lot of them. I've cut them off the larger ones, the medium, and off the small ones. And the leaves, I've done one that's completely lost its stem, and the others I've left a bit of stem on because I don't know where I'm going to position them. This is going to be the fun part. Fun or funny, I don't know. Anyway, I want to start this one with a little bit of the beads. So I'm going to use probably this one. And I want that to be sort of coming up like that. So I'm just going to cut that off under there. I'm going to use my Varnail elastic gem glue. So I want them with the, do you remember we shaped them up a little bit? I want that up on the top. And two. 3. 4. 5. Stand up a bit. You've moved your bugger. Come off. That's that. And in the middle of there, get a little ball of it. And put some tiny little caviar beads in. Gosh, that's pretty. Oh, she was a clever girl. So I'm going to do another smaller one further down. I highly recommend that you do these for yourself on press-ons, because trying to do this with just one hand is going to be ever so difficult. It's easier on press-ons. You've got your tips there and you can work on them and then just stick them on and reuse them. Oh, goodness me, they're pretty. Right, I'm going to do a smaller flower down here. But I'm going to go to voiceover if I need to or just total silence while I work, because I can't talk and place it at the same time. Don't know if you're the same. So yeah, moving on, but I will come back to chat with you before I go. So I'm just adding on some more petals. You can decide wherever you want them. I've got a large and a small flower on this nail. Some nails just the tiny petals. Put whatever you want on. But I've sped this up, and I'm just going to show you applying to this nail, and it's given me about another minute and a half to tell you that what I've done is I've put together all the petals, the beads, the leaves that were left over. I've put them together in a little kit, which you'll see on the screen somewhere up here. And if you would like, I mean really like, not just for the sake of winning something, but if you would really like to use these on a set of nails yourself, or give them to your nail tech to fix for you, let me know in the comments. And then what I will do is I will put all your names into a hat if you express a liking for them, and I will send them anywhere. So it'll just be a little large letter, little pack of these, even a few little pearls if you want to put pearls in the middle of your flowers, and you can spread them out and you know, add them to your press-on nails that you just bought or something. So it's entirely up to you. Any good UV gel will stick them on, and then do what I've done and go around them, strengthen them a little bit, and then put your press-ons on as normal. So just leave me a comment anyway and let me know what you're thinking of the video. Don't just comment if you're wanting the flowers, but if you've enjoyed it, I mean, if you're here till, what are we now, about 46 minutes in, I really do appreciate that. So it's a little bit of a thank you to somebody. Sorry I can't send them to everybody, because I'm not going to spend another 15 hours making them all. But yeah, stick till the end if you can, and I'll love you for that. Yeah, so I'll just show this one nail, and then I'll pop back to showing you what I'm going to do next. Just switching back to this Bone Pretty extension gel, because it's not quite as gloopy as that other one. It's more free flowing, if you know what I mean. So I can get right under and in between. Sorry, Eve. Just to give it some extra stability. So I'm going to do that to this one, and then I'll give it a full minute cure, and then I'll put some more on that, and I'll come back and show you the finished ones. So I've top coated the outer three. I've just got to do this middle nail. So I thought I'll pop back on while I'm top coating this. Just to say, I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope I was clear enough. I hope I was clear enough for you to see how to do it. But like I say, you can always pause and rewind and keep looking at the bits that you want to look at, or screenshot. And yeah, definitely I would do them on press-ons if I was you, because you'd be able to re-wear them then. I'm pretty pleased with how it's gone for a little attempt at some artwork. Now, like I said, if you can get the UV resin, then you can use that. I'm not quite sure whether it smells strong or not. I've never tried it, but these seem pretty strong anyway, as far as you know, builder gels go, extensions, hard gel. If you've got a gel that's not a soak off, that'd be great. But we are top coating, so That's probably fine. I'm just going to go all the way around these. Make sure that metal's covered. I've gone under them all with some of the extension gel to strengthen them anyway. Gives it a bit more shine. And I'll just do these petals. So look at them. Oh, gosh. I always run down and show my husband when I'm pleased with what I've done. So I'm going to take a few shots outside with the blossom, hopefully in the background. And I'll put those on at the end for you. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done already. If you click the bell, the best thing you can do for me is to interact. So leave me a comment, click the bell. And a like or dislike, whichever you want. Take care. Don't forget to look after each other. And I love you loads. See you soon. Bye.